Now, how can we be how can we judge the other effects of Jupiter, the effects of Jupiter in other signs, like in Aries, like in Taurus, in Gemini? Jupiter in Aries, this placement will indicate leadership ability in matters related to higher knowledge. When it comes to those natural inclination of Jupiter, philosophy, education, and other spiritual matters, you are an innovative student and a practitioner. You are very creative in these matters, determined to make changes and improvements. You are energetic and enterprising, possessive with much self esteem. You are independent, and because of your desire to be on your own, you should do well in your business. You will have the ability to attract many of the good things in life at an early age. There is a tendency, however, to be a little too overconfident and careless where money and business is concerned. So, most of the case, Jupiter in Aries is a good sign because Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars and Jupiter are friends. So, no problem with Jupiter. Here, Jupiter is Mercury. Mars is your authority, it is your determination, it is your strength, it is your valor, it is also your ego, since Aries represent the first house in natural man's horoscope. That's why Sun becomes exalted in Aries, because Sun is your ego, and ego in the house of self, that is first house ruled in the universal man's horoscope is Aries. That's why Sun gets exalted in Aries, and Saturn get exalted in Libra because Saturn is the servant, and servant follows the laws and he gets the rewards in Libra, because Libra is very much balanced. Libra is very much following the law. Libra is very much following the justice. Have you seen the sign of Libra? There are two. There is a sign of justice. So that is Libra. And when Jupiter is in Libra, then what will happen? That it will not be such a bad sign, but because your higher self will be involved with justice, so it is good. But Jupiter and Venus, they do not go well with each other, because but even Jupiter in the sign of Venus is not bad. But if Saturn it is in Libra, then it is exalted because the servant gets its reward due to the justice that is delivered by the king. He behaves like the kings. He enjoys the pleasures like king. In Libra, Saturn becomes exalted in Libra. And Sagittarius and Pisces, the difference between these two signs and Jupiter in relationship to Jupiter is that Jupiter's traditional sign is Pisces, but Jupiter's Mool Trikona sign is Sagittarius. So, what is the difference between the traditional house and the Mool Trikona house? The Mool Trikona house is the office. It is something like an office from where you run your business, while the own sign house, that is the Pisces, is your what? Is your home. So Jupiter is in home in its Pisces, and Jupiter is in office, is in Sagittarius. And if you have to judge any significant conflicting things about Jupiter, like if Jupiter is in, suppose in if its Mool Trikona house is in 6th, 8th and 12th house. Suppose Sagittarius is ruling the 12th house in a person's horoscope. That is, if the ascendant is Capricorn, then Sagittarius will be the 12th house. In that case, Jupiter will be a functional malefic planet. So, if the Mool Trikona sign of a planet will be in 6, 8 and 12 house, then the nature of that planet will be functional. Malefic, the only exception is that if the other sign of the planet is in Trikona, that is, if it is in 5 and 9, then the functional malefic nature of that planet is not dominant, because it also rules a dharma, that is also rules a fortune house, like fifth house and the ninth house are the house of fortune, that is your total karmas in your previous life, that is your fortune. So that is our great Jupiter, that is our savior, that is our father, that is our guide, that is our spiritual teacher, that saves us from the mishappenings. It gives us luck, it gives us money, it gives us good marriage, it gives us children. So much so things that Jupiter gives us. Also, Jupiter, now we'll come to Jupiter in Taurus. This placement of Jupiter indicates a stable and beneficial use of money and resources. You will feel that the accumulation of wealth is important to provide the high standard of living that you so desire. You have an aptitude for the best for everything, especially food. You will have the finest of luxuries, and you will in business you will be steady and patient. You can see things on a larger scale and bring them to fruition. A little on the bottom side, on the stubborn side, you don't like being pushed or directed. You are very conservative and orthodox in most of your views. Jupiter in Gemini. The placement of Jupiter produces an intellectual curiosity, whether you have had the advantage of formal education or not. Your mind is very open to new ideas. You benefit substantially from your ability to communicate openly and from your experience and gain from travel. Intellectually, you tend to sample a broad range of subjects, never focusing to any great extent in one area. Because of this, your knowledge sometimes may be little superficial. You are always an interesting person to be around. A restless spirit may take it difficult for you to focus on accumulating wealth. Most of your enterprise is more geared toward accumulating intellectual status.